Hi there, welcome to Rachie OT Mum. So good to connect again. This week I was talking to a friend of mine. She lives on the other side of the world, and she'd recently had a situation where they had a nanny who was really good at all the child development stuff and loved the play, but wasn't so hot on the more mundane kind of tasks, the packing bags and the planning and the putting things away and prepping meals and that sort of thing. And she said to me, being a mum, like 20% is the fun play stuff and 80% is actually all the admin that comes with being a mum. And I was thinking about it, and obviously as an OT, we so pro play and children learn through play and all of that. But I was thinking about what she said, and I thought how often it does feel like motherhood is a little bit of a grind, a bit repetitive, a bit of the boring stuff. And I recently watched a talk by an amazing psychologist, Dr. Rick Hansen, and he was saying that the human brain is wired to almost be biased towards negative input. It's a survival thing. So if you have 10 experiences and 9 of them are good and 1 of them is negative, your brain will actually flag and trigger the negative one most because it needs to know that for survival. And obviously, the more those negative pathways get run, the more reinforced those pathways are in the brain, and so it happens more and more. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, well, if 80% of motherhood is about the admin side and not the fun play development side, and our brain is wired to take note of sort of the more negative things, then mothering can actually often seem quite stifling and quite difficult and quite boring and quite almost like you're wading through peanut butter. So he has this amazing strategy that he suggests you do, and it's really based on neuroscience and the fact that neurons that fire together wire together, and so the more you practice something, the more that will be your experience. And he says what you really need to do is, in all those small mundane things, you really have to savor what is good. So for example, if you're hanging the laundry up outside, instead of thinking of it as a chore, you really just feel the sun on your back and enjoy that sensory experience. Or if you are prepping your children's lunch for school the next day, and you need to get it done, instead of focusing on the fact that it needs to get done and you've still got to get to work and for the evening and all of that, you focus on the smell of the food while you're busy chopping it. So you create a situation where you're savoring the good in these mundane situations. So I've really been focusing on trying to do that because otherwise, as I say, mothering can feel quite heavy at times. So I'm trying to rewire my brain so that that 80%, that not fun part of mothering and the organizational part, which sometimes makes you feel like you've achieved something, but can also make it feel a little bit like you're a servant, could actually be something that is very mindful and in the present. And it's such a big part of our life that isn't it best that we try and savor the good in it and rewire our brains that way. Anyway, so it's just a tip I wanted to share. I've really been trying to do it, and I think that overall it generally makes my mood a lot better. So I hope you find that useful. Share it with friends who you think also feel the burden of motherhood, and share your comments below. All right, bye-bye.